all right, everybody. We are live over here on YouTube. The connection is good, so let me minimize OBS. And as you can see, we are looking at the pre-market open to see what might happen today. So the cool thing is we're kind of coming back down into my demand zone that I drew yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and highlight this area here as my new high. So we'll go ahead and just draw that to there. And this is on QQQ. We'll go over to SPY in just a moment here. You know my rule of thumb. Just go a year forward and then go a year back. So then the middle area would be right about here. I'm just going to add a price line. Price line negotiator. And you should see this price line touch several times as the trades go along throughout the day. And as you see, as I scroll back to yesterday's trades, it does in fact get hit several times. Slightly higher price line right here. So about 10-cent range, give or take. So that would be like my resistance area. Then my support area would be right about here. And then the bottom where it really breaks out would be this zone right here. And I like to toss up these supports and these resistances. And then, of course, the highest area of resistance, which is this area right here. Drawing at dollar signs. Dollar signs. So we haven't broke 409.87 just yet. So we'll leave that as being the high. We have fallen into this 84 range a couple of times in the after hours. So we'll leave 409.87 as the high, but we'll keep 409.79 as our area of resistance, so we won't add another drawing there. And we're going to go ahead over the SPY and do the exact same thing. SPY. And as you can see, SPY is also trending down. QQQ will tend to do what SPY does, or SPY will do what QQQ does, depending on how you're looking at it. So 475.28 being the high. This area right here being where we're currently trading at. I want to create a zone there. Let me zoom in just a little bit. We'll take this wick here to the bottom of this green candle's wick. Or now that it's a red candle. And then you know what we'll do. We'll edit the properties. We'll slide that a year forward and a year back. And you can erase these at any point in time, which is why I just throw up a year forward and a year back as the opening for it. Zoom out just a little bit. And as you'll see, several times they touch. And I should actually move this down just a little. So we're going to move this to about, what is that? 473.74 and 473.64. So 74 to 64. Go to edit properties. Put 64 right here. 65 is fine. 74, click OK. Then boom, that'll move you down. So that fixed our zone. So like now you see that our zones are more so touching. 74 will be touching exactly. Now we need to do the high of the previous day. So this is the area of the high of the previous day. Same thing, year forward, year back. Open up the stream on my phone so I can see the chat. Down. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. So we got the highs, we got the lows. We need this middle range right here. We're going to drop the price line right there. Skadoosh. And that'll be an area of resistance. This is an area of support here. Right at the top of the zone. As you can see, we hit there several times and bounce up out. This is another area of support just below that. Right at the bottom of the zone, so you see that our zone is still valid. We have not fallen and stayed below it. Zoom out just a little bit so you can get a picture. Now we might push down into this zone in the morning. This may be a downwards day, so we're going to go to my quad laser and we're going to check on 4 different stocks at one time. I thought I erased this. So you go here, you go to studies, and then you're going to go to edit studies if you want to remove these. So we're going to remove these implied volatility. The implied volatility doesn't help me as much as RSI does, so I take it off. I'm going to go there and save that. So now that fixed that, so that I just have these two. Now you got to zoom in just a little bit to get the picture of where we're at currently. So everything's kind of trending down. Microsoft is strongly trending up, which is going to have a definite effect on things. Microsoft is at a brand new high. So that should put QQQ up off the floor, and it should also start to pull up SPY. Let's take a look at Apple. Now, what I will say is that if you look at the RSI on this, it is very high. That's not an indicator that it's going to for sure move, but it may pull down a little bit. But we shall see. Zoom in on Apple. Apple is also trending up, so you want Apple to shoot down to about right here, then push all the way up to this area past the 200 EMA. Go ahead and set an alert for that to happen. So you had a downwards fall in the pre-market. I'm thinking we're going to bounce up off of my zone and, rock it back up to that 409 area, but we're going to give it, some time after the market opens to see what really happens. This is Meta. Meta's trending down on the day, but Meta was already at a historic high, so Meta's going to fall $3. Let's type in NVDA. Nope, not ZN. NVDA. So NVIDIA, you got NVIDIA trending up as well. The low where the gaps are is right here. So maybe it comes down off of the 200 EMA to there. So I'll go ahead and place a marker there. Once we break this level, if we go back down to that level at all, I'll be looking to get in the calls to the upside. And then we got the first level of highs, which is right here past the 200 EMA. And then this level right here, which is pretty easy for it to get to. So in the first moments, we're just going to watch and see if we push down, push up, because a lot of times we're going to fill all these volume imbalances. These actual spaces here are volume imbalances that happen in the pre-market. Then last but not least, the baby SPY. We're going to go to, let me see what I want up on my screen. Let's look at what Tesla's doing. Tesla is TS, LA. Pulled that too far. Put QQQ off the screen. Let's go back into my QQQ trade. So we're looking for QQQ to come back down into this area to open the market. We want to find, I think we're going to find the low, and then we're going to push back up to the high today. So this time, instead of the market yesterday, I was looking to find the high going down. Today, I'm looking to find the low going up. And we got 3 minutes to the market opens, 3 minutes till we know the truth. NVIDIA pushing up. NVIDIA can reach all the way back up here. NVIDIA's already cleared the gap from yesterday, cleared the gaps from this morning on its own, so it's riding up. Zooming in on Tesla. Tesla met its bottom here, and it is riding up right now. But the trend of the day is up. The market is going back up. Apple's heading towards that 197 that it was at before. NVIDIA just had a jump. Tesla had a push down. Head on over to SPY. I want SPY up next to my QQQ. That is my 2-minute warning you're hearing. Exciting time, exciting time. Time to get into some trades. So we got SPY way down here. SPY is going to be the major reason that we get pulled up on this QQQ. So SPY is pushing up. We're going to push up as well. I would love to see QQQ jump off of this 408.01 all the way up to this 409.50. Love to be in that. Love to be in that. But first, I want to see if it pulls down. So how I would get into my trade is, honestly, I would do it on my phone, but I would just go to all products, open up my contracts for the day, and I'd be looking at like 410. Click right there next to the money. It'll bring it up right there. Right now I have 5 selected. I'm probably going to do between 5 and 10 for my particular contract trade. Now we're just waiting for this next 2 minutes to fly on off the clock so we can get to trading. 1 minute and 4 seconds before the market opens. Are you guys ready, man? Are you guys excited? Are you guys looking to see what's going to happen today? This first pop is probably going to be massive. So you got to be really strategic with how you get in here. It's my main drawing set. As you can see, these things are ready to fly. We're already down at the bottom of 2 zones. And there we go. And here it is. The quick push down, which is why you don't get in on the first few seconds. We're going to see where this goes to. Breaking all kind of lows, and then you just wait it out. You just wait it out. You see how hard NVIDIA pulled back down? But the trend has been told. The trend says we're going back up. So we're going to see the pull downs. I want to see us come back down into this zone at least 1 or 2 more times before I enter my trade. Let's open up all products and see what the actual prices are. So the price of 410 is 30 cents. That's $300 if you wanted 10 of those contracts. That's not a bad price, but I'm looking for this to pull it down into 408.01 first. And then I would probably look and just get in 409, just literally right outside of the money. Everything's pulling back like we thought it would, and you just got to give it a moment. You want to see it test several times before you ever get into like a morning play. I'm going to go over to the 1 minute here so we can see what it looks like minute to minute. As you can see, it's pulling down, but I wanted to come all the way down to right here. Pulling down, popping up, pulling down, popping up. Want to see you hit below here. And a lot of times what you're looking for is for all of these other complementary stocks to pull all the way back to the zones where they'll be even with where QQQ and SPY are before you want to make a play. Because a lot of times if you make your play any earlier than that, what happens is you'll get burned. But the market's obviously going up. I want to see us hit this area again. So we're missing the first pop, and that's cool. You can always miss the first pop. You're never in a rush to trade. The market's going up on the day. We now know what direction the trend is decided on. Everything's popping up, but we want these things to come on down first. You know, we want the market to settle in. Right now, it's the wild, wild west. It's up and it's down and it's up and it's down. And that is the hardest time to trade of the day. But when I see us get down to a level that I'm very comfortable with, I will make my move. Swiftly. Swiftly, swiftly. But I like it. I like this pre-market stuff. The market's going to declare fully in the next few moments or so. We still need NVIDIA to pull it down into the zone. We still need Apple to pull it down into the zone so that it can pull it down out of those 70s and 80s. That is very, very, very oversold or overbought. I don't know which way you're supposed to say that. But it's very high on the RSI. And right now, as is QQQ. QQQ pulls back much easier than the other three do. So with SPY, we'll go ahead and move on over so we can pull up Tesla. See what Tesla's up to today. Tesla's telling you that they're pulling down for the day, but Tesla's also on that same uptrend. Boom, boom. Get Tesla down to this area right here. And then you should see it fly back up. MSFT. You see that first few minutes is just watching. Just watching what's happening. There's no reason to overreact. There's no reason to move too fast. Let's just see what happens. Still got to come down here and clear a lot of these spaces on the Microsoft side of things. And as you see, it's doing it. You'll always see, like, whenever you get gaps and things like that, you'll see your stock pull down and fill those fair value gaps before it's allowed to run back up. You know, but we now know what direction we're trying to go to for the day. And the direction is up. Another solid up day in the market. Come down and fill these gaps. I've already done that. Well, we got one more time of coming back down to this area. And one more time of coming back down to this area. As you can see, Microsoft just filled the first gap. Shot past the gap, actually, which is very good news, meaning that it is respecting all of these spaces here. The next space that we're looking to go to is right here. Fill all those imbalances, and then we can go ahead and ride it on up. I want this thing at the very bottom when I get in. You know, but given that you know what's going on for the day, you now know that the trend is good. Nvidia is not respecting yet, so we're still waiting on Nvidia. Meta is doing its thing. Meta is going to come down to this level as well. So everything's respecting right now except for Nvidia. Come on down, come on down. QQQ and SPY aren't responding just yet, but they will, don't worry. The low of the day is right here. And this could be a good pop this morning, man. I can't wait till the trade really kick off. I'd love to see this run up to like 411, 410. From like down here at 407 basically. Look at how far Microsoft fell. Microsoft fell from 75 all the way down to 72. Still got a little ways to go before we're fully down. Everything is super duper high, which is why I haven't got into a trade yet. Now, Apple can be stubborn. Apple can actually sit up where it is, come down to like this 196 area and just kind of chill. Look at those wicks, man. Boom, all the way up. Boom, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. Those wicks are crazy. Those wicks are crazy. Whenever you get these aggressive wicks at the top there, at the level that we're trying to break through, you just gotta sit, basically. Meta has done its thing, but Meta has not completely done its thing, so we'll still mark this down here. Put SPY back on the screen. What the hell is this? Oh, that's ZQ. I don't know why that keeps happening. See, SPY came down already. SPY's done what it's supposed to do. That's why whatchamacallit's running up. You still wait. Oh, you still wait. This is the time where you get in on the 1 minute, but you wait for the pull down. I want to get this at its lowest point. You got plenty of stocks holding the market up. Ooh, let me see how high SPY could go today, by the way. Let's zoom out on that. So we're looking at 475.28 for the high. That'll be nice. Got myself a notion, one I know that you'll understand. We'll set the world in motion by reaching out for each other's hand. Now we gotta wait. What is SPY doing anyway? 1 minute. They're doing the same things and they gotta go down. Then I'm getting into my trade to the upside. I'm not playing it. Not playing it to the downside. Not today. You do not play puts as your day trade when you see that the market is obviously running up. But what you do is you wait for a retrace and then you get in. As you can see, we are at 80 on RSI, 80 on RSI, 80 on RSI, 80 on RSI. So you have a pullback on the way. You just got to be patient. And we're pushing. I mean, heavy. Major weight. Microsoft is doing it already. TSLA. It's starting to do it. Come on down here is what we're looking for. NVDA. Leaving Apple up because Apple's a major player. Has not done it yet. NVIDIA is going to run back up to $500 today. So you see we're reaching our ceiling right here that we have set previously, our level of resistance, and we push off of that resistance. We're almost at the level of resistance on SPY, and we push off the resistance. I don't think I did one for Apple, so we'll just do resistance and support for Apple. So support areas, zoom out one more. First level of support here. We have broke through our level of resistance on the other screen. We are going to the upside on SPY. Three price levels on Apple. So you have support now, have no resistance just yet. We just hit resistance on SPY. So now we're seeing us break out on that 409. New area resistance is still pushing up. So we still haven't decided. But as you can see, we've been just up on the market as of the day beginning. Now you can trade awesome trades to the downside here, but that is not what I'm going to be doing. I'm looking for a major play. So I'm looking for a bump off of the bottom, going up instead. Three minutes until the 9:45 mark where we see what the transition is. So we're looking at a little resistance being about right here. The top of that first wick. And as you can see, we hit that resistance level and we have pushed down aggressively. Bouncing back up. So it's just up and down. Still waiting for Apple to respond to any type of stimuli, and Apple has says F all of that. Okay, Apple, you're reaching a little resistance level here. Can I add the $sign or not? So we'll put that right there for a resistance level for Apple. And this is how the trading process goes in the morning. It's up, it's down, it's up, it's down, then it's up. Your goal is to get yourself the best entry possible. Ooh, we have broken a resistance level yet again. Let's see if we come back down underneath it. Okay, we're back in it. NVIDIA is almost at $500. So now we have a range for NVIDIA. NVIDIA has run $7 since the opening of the market. Well, really, it's run $4 since the open of the market, but it's shot down to about right here, so we'll say 6. Looking for NVIDIA to come back down there. Ooh, that is a strong rejection off the top there. So resistance for you up here. Resistance for you at my mark. You saw that strong rejection and a hard push down. You see SPY still pushing up, so SPY actually should be pulling this back up, but it's rejecting pretty solidly. So now we have our area of resistance. So like later on today, we're going to probably break through our area of resistance pretty aggressively. So what we'll do now is we'll cut the stream. We'll leave this as the pre-market analysis, and then I'll start my stream back up, and that'll be my trading time. So I'm going to go ahead and say, catch you guys on the stream for the trade.